All right. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Harakwakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. All right, I'm gonna kind of do my lesson around this article because it's very detrimental to the nation as a whole. This article. All right, so we'll bring it out, man. U.S. consumer price inflation rockets at fastest pace since 1982. That's 40 years, man. The fastest pace in 40 years. It's technically 39 years, but just round it off to 40 years, man. I was born in 1982. That's how I know. All right. Break out the shoulder pads and leg warmers because Americans are in the grips of a 1980s style inflation flashback. Consumer prices in the United States rocketed 6.8% in November from the same period a year ago. Right? The last time the nation saw an annualized inflation surge like that was back in 1982 when Olivia Newton-John's pop hit Physical topped the Billboard charts. So what they're telling you is the inflation is coming at such a rapid pace. This is a 365-day difference. That's big. All right? And it's all prophesied. You know we're going to get the scriptures right after we deal with this article. Go right there to Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right? Let me see what else. So I'm not going to read all of it. A lot of articles, man, they just be having like little filler paragraphs that really ain't important. I like to get straight to the all right. The big worry is whether this year's blistering inflation stemming from supply chain snarls and shortages of raw materials and workers will collide with slowing economic growth, a toxic mix economists call stagflation. Now, I did a video a couple of days ago, recently, about how the Most High, he's taking all of these different prophecies and he's bringing them together and they all going to hit at the same time. Well, this article is telling you, all right, you have the supply chain, you have the shortage of raw materials, and you have the workers, okay? The environment basically, and the stage is set, man. The stage is set for all hell to break loose. And look, if you read the news, the information is right here in your face all day, but you skip over these kind of articles to go see the new Young Boy and Birdman album to read about that. All right, let's keep going. The increase in the all-time items consumer price index continues to be broad-based, with soaring prices for petrol is gasoline, rent, food, new and used cars, and trucks, leading the charge higher. So the things that they're naming with this big old price hike, these are the fucking necessities. You cannot operate in this society without petrol, which is gas, rent, which is your home, food, no, do I have to explain, and transportation. All right, and even if you pay for your transportation, you're still going to be higher because the person that's driving you around, they have to up their price so that they can keep up with the gas and still make a profit and feed their family. All right, this year's price increases in essential goods like food and fuel are especially hard on low-income household because it eats up a larger share of their income. And that's the way the Most High wants to be. All right, the Most High, he prophesied about these times from the beginning. Esau is down here thinking that he's making these things happen. All right, but at the end of the day, everybody's gonna get what they deserve, man. Everybody. Energy prices were up 33.3% higher in November compared with the same period a year earlier. So that's a third. The 365-day difference. In November 2020, let's say your energy bill was $100. 1 year later, it's $133, man. And that's a huge fucking difference. That's a third. That's a third, man. All right. While food prices were 6.1% higher, the largest 12-month changes in at least 13 years. 13 years. And you know, Esau, he always liked to deal with certain numbers, thinking that he's this big motherfucking all-knowing entity or whatnot. So that's probably set up too. But at the end of the day, it was all prophesied and it all originated in the heavens in the fourth dimension from Yahweh himself. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, let me see. Okay, let me see what else they got. Americans who rent their homes continue to shell out more to keep a roof over their heads. The shelter index, which reflects rental costs but tends to lag due to how the data is collected, jumped 3.8% last month from the same period a year ago. So rent is higher. All right. The sharp rise in rents this year is concerning because shelter prices are going up as eviction moratoriums are expiring. Millions of Americans are facing the prospect of homelessness after having their credit ruined by an eviction, which will only make it harder for them to find new accommodation in an already eye-watering rental market. All right. So people's credit was messed up. The renters are more wary of who they rent to. The rent has gone up, and the people that's being put out and they lost their jobs and they don't have anything to fall back on, they're going to end up in shelters and they're going to end up homeless. And that's going to be just the perfect formula, the perfect environment for all hell to break loose. Because like I said, these people that's going to end up homeless are not alcoholics and junkies. These are regular working people, man. And though working Americans are enjoying a long overdue pay increase thanks to a near record number of job openings, I don't believe that shit. Those wage bumps are not keeping pace with inflation. All right. So inflation is going higher than the pay increase. All right. Let's see what else. Okay, I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. Well, we can go into the scriptures now. Like I said, it was prophesied way before Esau even came into power, man. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was Salakia. Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou not hurt the oil and the wine. So that's just going back into that fourth Salaki, that third beast, the black horse. Salaki, the black horse represents inflation. The balances represents the economic systems that's over here, right now, okay? And that measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny goes back into inflation again. All right. What used to cost 1 penny is going to cost you 10 pennies, so to speak. All right. And see thou hurt not the oil of the wine. That's going back to protect the elect. All right. So, in a nutshell, prophecy fulfilled, and it's right there before your eyes. And the only reason that you don't feel like it's fulfilled because it hasn't hit at a brunt force yet to the point where everybody is pulling their fucking hair out of their scalp. But the men of the Lord see, the men of the Lord understand, the men of the Lord are ready right here, right now, while the rest of you people are out there just living your so-called best life. All right. Let me read this again because I feel like I stumbled over this and I know this. And there went out, Salaki, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. That black horse represents inflation. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. That represents the economy. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou not hurt the oil and the wine. All right. And that's going back into that penny. That penny is what... It used to represent a day's wages. It used to represent a day's pay. All right. So it's going to take a day's wages. It's going to take a day's pay just to eat, man. Just to eat. And a matter of fact, I don't have my blue letter with me. In the blue letter, we could break down that word penny, but you know, we can go back into that another day, another time. But with saying that to say, I just wanted to, do a lesson on that article. With that, I want to give all lifted honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Harakak. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out there pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. Kwam Yasharala, Abal Babal.